Welcome to a new series that I'm calling Exploring Indicators. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with a better name. But what we're going to be doing is looking through the hundreds of existing indicators, trying to find unusual and useful ones to help make us all better traders. Today, we're going to be looking at the Shand momentum oscillator. You've actually already seen the indicator during the intro. It is this oscillator pictured here at the bottom of the chart. The Shand momentum oscillator is a technical momentum indicator and was designed specifically to track the movement and momentum of a security. The oscillator calculates the difference between the sum of both recent gains and recent losses, then dividing the result by the sum of all price movement over the same period. You all can read over the rest of this page, but I don't really care about this part, and I'm not smart enough to explain this part. From my understanding, essentially, this indicator is calculating the rate of change from its base level and then averaging that with the past change over a set number of lengths, that length being the only changeable parameter of the indicator, and there's 4 plots. The CMO, or the Shand momentum oscillator itself, 0 level, upper level, and lower level. So, jumping into the settings of our indicator, our one input or one changeable parameter is length, which if you change, will change the number of bars back that the current rate of change has its average compared against. If you want to see a faster rate of change comparison, you make the number lower. If you want to see, of course, a longer, slower moving comparison, you make the number larger. For right now, we're just going to leave it at its default level of 20. Then, of course, our 4 plots, the CMO, the calculated value itself, the 0 line being obviously 0, and then you have an upper level and a lower level, both at 50 and negative 50, which cannot be changed by default within this indicator. As we will do with every single indicator in this series moving forward, I've already gone ahead and built a strategy around this indicator just so we can start to get an idea of its usefulness. What I have this strategy doing is getting long simply when the CMO value crosses above its 0 line. That's when, according to this oscillator, the trend compared to the average of the last 20 bars has changed to up when it crosses above the 20. And then I simply have it selling when that CMO value crosses back below the 0 line. I have the strategy trading $10,000 positions, and if we just click through a few popular names, let's take a look at its performance. Up $15,000, and we are on the daily chart of SPY. Just click through some popular names. It's up 120 grand on Nvidia, but duh, what strategy isn't? Same thing probably with Apple, up a bunch of money as well. I like to click through some names that I know have gone both up and down to see how the strategy performs during a downtrend. On Square, it's up $41,000 and really didn't lose much during this crush here, which is good to see. Another one I can look at similar, Peloton, made obviously most of its money on its huge move up and it's dropped a little bit on the way down, but who the hell is still trading Peloton? I guess that's on you if you are. But still a decent looking chart, still green, still up $7,400. What's another one? Moderna. This is another COVID stock that went up and got crushed. Actually made good money on the way up, of course. Held pretty well here. I'm starting to make some money again, up $23,000 on the Moderna daily chart. If we jump down into the 5-minute chart to get an idea of how a strategy like this may work, for day trading, I've gone ahead and fired up my high beta scanner, which is returning us, of course, the stocks that are currently the most volatile. If I click through some of these over the last 180 days on ASTS, wow, up $22,000. Very nice. On IVP, wow, down $42,000. This stock is, of course, been very volatile, but not for bullish reasons. So maybe not all too surprising on that one. If we hop down to MAXN, a pretty similar story. Another stock that's just getting crushed. APLD up $1,100. CLSK up $3,600. MRVL up $2,900. So I don't know, maybe not great as a day trading strategy, maybe not great as a usefulness for a day trading indicator. Maybe you would want to do something like combine. I actually have the 200 moving average plotted. I'm not currently using it in the strategy, but maybe you would want to implement something like that. Like, hey, only buy if the stock is also above its 200 MA. So, you're not getting destroyed on these huge downturns like this. Just an idea. You could take code like this, take a strategy like this, and run that sort of testing on if you're interested in using it to day trade. If you're interested in accessing this code so that you can run some automated tests using that MA, for example, for yourself to find ways to optimize this strategy for your own trading system, I've actually already added a new section on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, for these exploring indicators that we're going to cover in this series. Of course, the code for the current indicator is already existing. Check out the website, link in the description down below. And from there, you would just need to simply copy the share code and post it in to the open shared item. And just like that, you will have access to the strategy. For our next deep dive on this strategy and indicator, let's do what we like to do in this channel to get the best way to take a look at a random subset of data across multiple different market sectors. And let's just begin clicking through the alphabet. I'm back out on the daily, so this would be considered swing trading. On ticker A, up $23,000. On ticker B, up $30,000. D, $20,000. Oh, I think I got ahead of myself. I think that was C. D, $4,400. I don't know the alphabet. E, $4,200 down. Wow. F, $47,000 up. G, nearly $12,000 up. I'll stop there. We don't need to go through the whole alphabet, but you can see, does the strategy, does the indicator work? I would say yes. It likely does work as a way to get a read on the current trend of an underlying ticker. Now, does this strategy, should you go trade this strategy with real money? Probably not. The strategy is way too simple, but the point of this series is not going to be to just build you exact strategies you should use. The purpose of building the strategy is it's just a visual aid to look at the usefulness of the indicator itself. And with this strategy being largely profitable across these tickers I'm continuing to click through as best as I can in my head, it seems to be that taking the what is this called? The Shand momentum oscillator with the zero line defining whether a stock is in uptrend or downtrend seems to be relatively useful. Turn on the indicator yourself, go get access to this strategy so that you can test it yourself, mess around with the length of the indicator. You may find some ways that fit your strategy better, but I think this is a very good first dive into this exploring indicators series. Let me know if you all like this idea. Let me know if there's any interesting indicators you'd like me to look at. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to follow along, obviously. And once again, check out the website, daytradingstrategies.net, linked in the description down below. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.